Hello, Deep Springs Dragons. It's Miss Burks, your school counselor. And whether you're new or you're a returning student, welcome. We are so excited for the school year. We know it's all kind of different, but that's okay. It's just like I told you in a video you may have seen earlier. We're going to get through this and we're going to do it together. So I just want you to know that I'm here and you'll be able to find some information to access me and be able to contact me at the end of this presentation. I will be here for you all at any time. So we're going to talk about a couple of important things. Some of you that's been here for a while, you know that we talk about this at the beginning of the year, throughout the year, in the middle of the year. So it's a very important topic. So we're going to talk a little bit about bullying and harassment, and we're going to talk a little bit about our feelings as well, how we feel about different situations and what to do when we're feeling kind of down or sad. Who do you talk to? Where do you go? So we're going to kind of do that. So I'm going to share my screen with you all, and we're going to go through this PowerPoint together. If at the end, I will be right here to answer any questions. So if something comes up, make sure you keep that in mind so that we can get through it together. So bullying and harassment, let's talk about it. So all students, you all have the right to work, play, learn in an environment that is safe and respectful. Now, our environment may be virtual, but while we're virtual, you all should be respectful toward each other. So let's talk about it. What is bullying? It's anything that's unwanted. It could be verbal, physical, social behavior among you all. It could be real, or maybe you kind of just feel like something has happened. It is like an imbalance of power. So maybe somebody that feels that they can tease or make fun of someone that's smaller than them, or something like that. But the thing about bullying, it's a repeated behavior. So it's something that happens over and over. So it could be name calling, teasing, threatening. Maybe you're leaving people out on purpose. Cyberbullying, that's going to be big in this virtual time, so we'll talk about that. It could be physical, verbal, emotional. So that's kind of what bullying is. Let's see what's next. Now, as you guys know, sometimes we just may not get along. And that's what we call a peer conflict. Sometimes you might just have a problem. It's not planned, it's just something that happens sometimes, and you may be able to work it out together. But bullying, usually it happens and it's intentional. It's something that you mean to do and it's repeated. You may not feel sorry, and you may feel like, oh, there's not really no problem, but bullying is definitely a big problem. All right, this cyberbullying, you know, some of you all are getting older and you have social media. Of course, you have email accounts. So you have to think about that. Cyberbullying is when someone is tormenting you, threatening, you're harassing, you're embarrassing someone over a Snapchat or now your TikToks. So there's certain things that can happen over cyberbullying. Maybe it's gossiping, maybe you're harassing. Like I said, making fun of people. So you have to be very careful because whatever you put out there is there. So make sure you think about before you press send, is this something that could be cyberbullying? Is this respectful or not respectful? So let's talk about this word harassment. Now, when we think about harassment, what I want you to remember is that it's a type of bullying, but it's something that you do based upon someone that they can't help. So whether it's the color of their skin, whether it's the religion that they practice. So if you bully someone because of something like that, then that means that you are harassing them. And harassing is not okay. So it could be some of the same things like name calling, maybe questioning someone's ability to work or perform. You know, we all are at different levels. We all may have different needs. So we don't want to harass or bully someone that we feel may have a different need than us. So you want to make sure that you are not bullying by harassing someone. So you have to think about this. What are the consequences for bullying and harassment? Well, you're going to have some damaged relationships and you're going to have a reputation as being somebody who does these type of things. You also can have disciplinary action or consequences. So you want to kind of think about that. This information, some of this is in our student code of conduct. So you want to go over that with your families to make sure that you are not going to be fitting into any of that. We don't want that happening. Also, you have to think about sometimes when people are bullied, they can develop some kind of health issues. They can make them feel physically sick. They can make them feel really sad in their minds. And we don't want to be the person that causes anyone to feel that way. So we want to think about that. So what if you're being bullied? What do you do? Well, one of the main things is we have to talk about this, guys. We have to tell somebody. You have to report it to an adult. Now you're going to be home, so you may want to talk about it with the family member that you live with. You're going to have ways to be able to contact me. There's other people. Miss Anderson's in our building, Miss O'Farrell. You have Miss Brooks. She also is going to be working with our team, Mr. Chenault, Miss McDaniel, Mr. Kirk, and of course your teacher. You can send them a private chat during the Zoom. Anything that you need to do to make sure someone is knowing about bullying. When we're at school, you're going to be able to talk to those same people. So, if bullying doesn't stop or you feel like it's still happening, don't give up telling someone. If you told one person and nothing happens, then tell someone else. We do not want anyone to be bullied. So be sure you let someone know. And of course, we always have to remember if someone is bullying you, remember it's not your fault. There's different reasons as to why people become bullies. And some of those reasons we may not understand, and some we may. But just always remember it's not your fault, and just be sure to tell someone. So, cyberbullying, we talked about that a few minutes ago. So these are some good points that I want you to remember. Always think about what you post, and don't share anything that you feel could hurt or embarrass anyone. Make sure you keep your password a secret from other kids or anyone that you think shouldn't have it. Your password should be that, your very own password. Keep your parents in the loop. Tell them if you're going online and what you're doing. Tell an adult that you trust about any messages that you receive. You guys do an awesome job with that. So make sure if something comes across and you're not sure about it, or if it makes you feel sad or scared, let your teacher, your parents, let me know. And if you feel like you see something that makes you feel scared, save that message and show an adult as soon as you can and have a chance. So what should I do if I know someone else is being bullied? Hey, tell us right away. Be a good friend to that person, and being a good friend, whether you're a direct friend with them or they're just another classmate, make sure that someone knows about it. You might want to include them. When we get back together virtually, that'd be a great opportunity for you to make a new friend. You might want to talk with them. Just make sure to listen and encourage them. No one wants to feel bullied, so make sure you put yourself in someone else's shoes. That's what we call empathy. So you have to think, man, would I like that? And if the answer is no, then be sure to speak up for others. We need to do that because remember, we're better together. So help out your classmates. So reporting bullying and harassment. Again, at your school, Mr. Kirk is our principal. You have me as your school counselor, Miss Burks, Miss Anderson, Miss Brooks, Mr. Chenault, Miss Mack, and Miss O'Farrell. That is your support team. So we're here to help you in any way we can. Miss McDaniel, she's like our assistant principal. You have teachers and staff. You're going to see Mr. Tyson and Miss Wiggins. You'll see everybody. Another important thing that we have, if you go to our website, you'll see something called the Stop Tip Line. And you can go on there and fill out a report that comes straight to myself, Mr. Kirk, and Miss McDaniels. We will know that there's something going on that needs our attention. So that's another way. So tell an adult at home, tell your teacher, tell one of us that I named earlier, or go on that Stop Tip Line and you'll be able to tell someone there too. And here's just some resources. I'll be sure to get these out to you so that you might want to spend a little time looking into this yourself. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a minute and just kind of let you all know. We're going to talk a little bit more about this here in just a minute. We're going to kind of go into just another thing I want you all to be thinking about just during this whole time. We've been away from each other during the coronavirus. I'm sure some of you may have been affected by this in your families. We've had a lot of things going on in our communities, in our nation, with social injustice, lots of stuff just happening. So sometimes in life, you guys, things happen. Some things can happen and make you feel so excited. When you're getting ready to do that special event, go on a family trip, maybe tonight you're making s'mores, or Maybe it's going to be movie night at home. Those things can make you feel excited. But maybe there's some things that just kind of make you feel down and sad. Well, what I want you to always remember is that you have people here to listen. Never feel that you have to go through anything on your own, because you don't. Rather, you trust your families at home, your parents, a grandmother, an aunt. Maybe there's a special uncle that you talk to. No matter what, be sure to let someone know that, hey, I'm just not feeling myself today, or I'm feeling this way about that. Here at school, again, you have your support staff, you have myself, and just so many other adults who care about you. So I'm going to share a video with you, and just kind of gives you an idea as we're thinking about with coronavirus and we've been away from each other. Just going to kind of give you some little tips about that. And then once this video is over, we'll talk a little bit together.
Life was moving along as usual. Until the spring, when the world seemed to pause and the typical flow of life changed. We all stayed home to keep safe and healthy.
We did remote learning and had some more free time. But I miss my friends. Hung out with my family.
While we were paused, the seasons changed. And now it's time to unpause and get back into the flow of life. Life's going to be different. We're going to continue the new safety procedures.
Yep. Like wearing masks. And washing your hands all the time.
Avoid touching your face.
Oh yeah, that's right.
There might even be more changes to keep us safe and healthy.
I can't wait to see my friends again.
And get back to practice. And finally some birthday parties.
And playing the band together.
A movie in a movie theater. Come on! You know when you feel excited and nervous at the same time? Sometimes I feel it in my stomach. But I'm bringing the stuff I need and want with me. Some good memories. Some stuff I want to do with my friends. And some new things I've learned. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go. We can do this. It's an adventure.
All right, it's an adventure. We sure are on an adventure. That is one thing for sure. So just remember, if you're starting to feel, I remember in the video, he talked about his stomach hurts sometimes. And sometimes when you're feeling nervous or excited or sad or any type of emotion like that, you might feel it in your body. And that's pretty normal. So let me give you a few tips. Sometimes some things you can do is just kind of sit yourself in a chair, just get yourself calmed down, and to help your brain to stop thinking and going so fast. And you can take you some deep breaths in. You can breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. I'm going to show you one time. That really just helps us to say, hey, let me slow down for a minute, okay? You can also do some things like some positive self-talk, like I know it's going to be okay. I know that I am safe. I know that I can do this work. Just tell yourself some things that you know about yourself that's very true. So I want you guys to practice that. But don't forget, we're going to be here for you. Once this video ends, I'm going to be right here to talk to you guys. You can ask any questions that you remember. I'm going to be sure to give you some information how to contact anyone at school if you feel like you need to talk about anything. So thank you for listening. Now, let's chat a little bit.